Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Gary Holt from Exodus and formerly from Slayer, and you're listening to The Razor's Edge.
It's Kat from The Razor's Edge, and I'm here with Joe from Urne on a wet and windy Tuesday in Birmingham. How are you, Joe?
Yeah, I'm alright. Just been a bit ill for the last, since the first day of tour, really. But I'm sort of over it now, and we've got a day off. Going back home for a day and a half, which I'm buzzing about. And Thursday we're playing Brighton, which is like 40 minutes from me. So everyone else is getting picked up. I'm just going to go and see my family, have some grub, and then just nip on down and just take it chill. I'm buzzing about getting home just to have a nice...
No place like home, is there?
Get the old Radox out. So,
you sound like an old man, Joe. So last time we spoke to you, you just got off stage at Bloodstock.
Yeah.
A Feast of Sorrow had come out that morning.
Yeah.
To say you were nervous.
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Really nervous about how it was going to be received. How are you feeling now, 4 months on?
Well, yeah, it's been pretty cool. I mean, we got Metal Hammer top region number 13. We're the smallest band there. I think we're probably the only band who haven't had... Sorry to say, haven't had a real article by them. They did one about us in the studio, but I know it's not about us. It was about recording with Joe, going into his studio. It's not the story about us. We've had no coverage from them. Kerrang, we fucking got top 15. If we are not I think we're 38 or something. We are not a modern Kerrang band. So I thought, wow, to me, I was like, that's a fucking victory. Yeah. And we started to see a lot of things coming now. And again, like, I look at some of the bands that are above us, and I'm like, wow, cool, I know they're in Kerrang every week. I know they're in that. I know they get that. We haven't had any of that. Ours is just, and I say it, most times we play, has to be about the music. I don't give a shit about any other stuff. Has to be about the music. I grew up caring about music, and if that's not the most important thing, I don't know. It's not.
Well, you're in the wrong game then.
Yeah. So, and it's gone down really well, and it's wicked having people like kind of connect to it, which obviously it's nice to have, but everyone's kind of connecting to it in their own kind of way. Sometimes people want to talk to me about it, but I can't quite. It's a hard one, to like. People want to talk to me about that stuff, but I'm still going through shit, mate. So it's hard for me to kind of break that down. But look, as long as people dig it, and that's the main thing. But I feel like feel like there's a bit of a pickup coming, and we just announced something with Avatar today.
So going over to Europe?
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Well, it's a weird one because it's one place we haven't played in Europe is France. Now, obviously, we're quite connected with France now because the biggest fucking band they've ever had. And the band I consider currently, I think they're on another level, Gojira, went to us, contacted us, want to work with us, want to take us out.
Really?
But we never played France. And a lot of French fans are like, blah, blah, blah. And I've been playing along with it online. I was like, French fucking hate us, mate. And they're like, oh, fuck this, fuck that. The whole time I knew we had this. So we've announced it today, and one guy went, better take that down. He's like, the English always got to stick up their arse or something. They were often embarrassed or something. And I was like, nah, mate, I was joking, mate. I'm just a wind-up. But that is just 10 days in France, apart from the major cities.
Brilliant.
And I was looking at it, and I mean, fucking hell. And like, our sound guy went, do you know what French are good at? And I was like, but I'm stumped. No. And he went, making wine. And I was like, he was at some vineyards. So I'm going to speak to some of the lawyers at work and figure out if we can go and check out their own vineyards. So, you know what I mean? Days off.
Brilliant.
Bit of brie and a fucking...
And a wine?
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's so that's going to be a good one. I definitely feel like there's going to be little things.
Bit of momentum building there.
Yeah. And I think we understand it's going to be a bit harder maybe for us to kind of get those little victories. But they're going to come, but we just need to get everything in place. We're adding more and more festivals. And I think it's hard. 2024 is not going to be a lot of touring for a lot of bands. 2024, I think 2025, on the other hand, is going to be complete fucking opposite. So, but yeah, we just need to keep that artwork in people's eye line and go from there.
So when we spoke before and you touched on it there, it's quite a personal album, and like you said, you're in a journey. Do you feel like you're getting to the end of that journey now?
Do you know what? It's been weird. Like the last few months, I've been dealing with something else with my mum, and it's like, and that kind of was like, what the fuck's going on here? And that was a bit of a shocker. But we got some good news about it today. And it was weird. My mum, like, trying to break news is fucking terrible. It's just like, just get to the fucking point. Or like, don't tell me the stuff that I don't need to know. Just tell me just tell me the good. And I was in the van, and she went kind of silent, and I was like, oh, fucking hell. And then she told me kind of good news. And I was like, well, that's one thing going. But then there's been some other things. So, I know it's a horrible thing to say with stuff like that. I won't be out of it until the inevitable happens. I know that's a really fucking dark way to look at it, but that's the only way to really look at it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I'm probably in a better place than when I was at Bloodstock. I felt such an immense pressure, like everything building up to that. So I feel at a better place now. Anyway, certainly much better than when I last saw it. Probably, I felt like I was a bit away with it.
I think it's the pressure, isn't it? Yeah. A lot of the time, new album, you're doing Bloodstock. It was a big crowd that day. Let's be honest. There was a lot of people out there waiting for you to come on.
Yeah. Certainly at that time in the morning, I'm not, the first couple of bands at Bloodstock are always a little bit, and
Be a bit coming out or you don't come out for it,
Yeah, so I was kind of happy with that. And Simon always like, mate, trust me, at that time in the morning, whatever, at 11:30, he was like, you should be chuffed with that.
I've gone to it for 20 years,
Yeah. So I'm chuffed with that. And I see people go, well, why there's no pits? And I was like, there's no pits because I think when people see us, they're like, there's three blokes making this, we sound big, and a lot of it's to do with Tom as well, who's just walked in. And I think people just start listening to the songs, and they're like, 8 minutes later, they're like, and it seems to be the fucking like, what?
It's a bit more atmospheric, isn't it? You want to soak up the experience rather than, your traditional band that you're going to just go a bit mental out of the front.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. And so I was listening to a podcast today, and these guys had us in the top 10. And I was like, walked past at Bloodstock, and we'd heard the name, and I was like, every time we kept meant to walk off, we were like, what's going on here? And they were like, before I knew it, we were just taken over by this just sound of just like, fucking like metal done so well and clinically, and they love us, and it just happened to be because they were walking by, and it helps.
Brilliant.
So, I'm happy with it. So
you mentioned 2024 not being that busy. Is there anything you can kind of talk about what you might be doing?
Well, we got 2024. We're going to start after this. We're going to start writing for a few months. Then we're going to go out and Avatar.
Yeah.
Then we're going to got a few festivals, and I think there's going to be more added. We're also going to go to Ireland. And do some headliners there, because when they're Paradise Lost and the response was ridiculous. I don't know what
it's becoming a really popular place again for bands to go over to. There's better venues.
Oh, 100%. And they've got some great people who do the press there. Got some really good friends there, actually, that I've met through doing music. And the main promoter there, Fergal, brilliant, top guy. So we're going to go and do that, and we're penciling in, festivals, and we'd like to get out something at the end of the year, and there's always talks about this is going to happen or that's going to happen, and there's tours I know about that's in 2025, and there's stuff that's fucking being spoken about in 26, and I'm like, if I'm around in 26,
let me get to the end of the year.
Yeah.
End of the tour.
And then we'll see. We'll do 1 week at a time. So, but yeah, next year I think as well as writing, we need to really crack on with getting the right shows.
Yeah,
certainly. Yeah.
It's not always about playing wherever, isn't it? You're right. It's about getting the right things and getting the right audience and reaching the right people.
Yeah, and
definitely.
Like I said, with the French thing, it's just like our biggest band, and I was like, the story writes itself. I was been on press already today with the label, and I was like, look, it's there. Like they need to. We've given them enough time to really work away at this and get everything into place.
Definitely. So we spoke about album of the year. You won a lot of people's lists. You won a lot of our reviewers and our writers' Reddit lists. I think it's been a good year for British metal. Yeah. Personally, I think there's been a lot of things come out. What have you been listening to?
God, right, I'm so non-metal. Chris Stapleton, the country singer, he's the latest one. I think he's the best male vocalist in any music at the moment. But for like rock, why not? I was never a big fan of his band. I didn't really care. But we played a festival with Villavallo.
Yeah.
And I've listened to his album. It's just like take that Nordic pop, sort of really simple to get into. And I think what helps met him, and he was fucking great. He was such a lovely guy. And the sun was going down in Czech Republic. It was all outside, and it was just a great night. And he played like pretty much every hymn song I knew. Then he just played this, and I was like, we all was there, and none of us were big him fans, and by the end of it, you know, walking around with like little hats and fingerless gloves, like Real Valor, you know what I mean? It was amazing. So yeah, I'd say that. I would be. There's other things like heavier things, but that's really surprised me. It's simple. I just wanted something simple and easy to listen to. And that really ticked the box. I think it's something I needed to stay.
Yeah, sometimes you just need to come down from everything that's really high pressured and just
I love it. I fucking love it. Yeah, so that's the one.
Okay.
So, all right.
Lovely. Well, thanks for your time, Joe. We'll look forward to seeing what happens for you guys for 24, yeah?
Yeah, absolutely.
And maybe some fingerless gloves on stage next time.
Yeah, big time. Get them nails painted as well.
Thanks for listening. Make sure you keep up to date with future episodes by subscribing to our channels. For more information on this podcast, or for all the latest music news, reviews, interviews and more, head over to our website, www.therazorsedge.rocks.